guys, welcome back to my channel. We are starting a 4-day today. I'm not gonna lie, I did not want to go to work today, mainly because last night I went to the Carolina Texas A&M football game and I did not get home until 2 a.m. and then by the time I got in the bed it was like 2:30. So I mean, I had a late sign in today, so it's not like I had to get up super early, but it would have been nice to just go to church and then relax for the rest of the day on this Sunday, but that did not happen. So yeah, but at least I'm in a good mood because the Gamecocks won last night, and that's such a huge win for us because we have not ever beaten the Aggies before since we started playing them, since they came into the SEC like 8 or 9 years ago. So that was huge, and it was a lot of fun to be at the game. It was a great game. I was actually going to vlog it, and then my mom got stuck in traffic, so we missed like the first few minutes of the game. So I missed all the fun like band and introduction stuff that I was going to put in the vlog. So not going to do that video, but hopefully I'll be able to do that when I go to the Tennessee game in November. I think that'll be a lot of fun. But anyways, traffic was horrible on the way here. Once I got into North Carolina, it was just awful for the next like 45 minutes. But we're good. I've got 17 minutes till my sign-in, so I'm about to get out, go catch the bus, and we should be good to go. So this 4-day is a 1-2-2-3. So I usually do a 4-day like once every 2 or 3 months or so, but this is the first 4-day in a long time where we're actually flying all 4 days. Usually I have like a 30-hour layover, so it's really only like we're flying 3 days. So by the 3rd day I'll probably be like ready to be done, and it gets like the days get longer as well. Yesterday or tomorrow's our longest day. The 3rd day is a little bit less than the 2nd day, but then the 3rd day is like the longest day. I mean the 4th day. I can't even talk, guys. But yeah, let's head to the airport, get this 4-day started. Our one leg today, we're going to Vegas, so hopefully that flight will be okay. I'm the lead, so we'll have a meal up front, so that's gonna be fun. But yeah, let's go into the airport. I figured I'd show you a little clip of me doing my job. Here's me doing the beverage and nut service. It was so turbulent that my phone fell over. But after I did this, I did the meal service and then did dessert for our flight to Vegas. After I did the service, I was pretty hungry and it was finally time for me to eat, so I warmed up some pizza in the oven. It was great. And then there was some leftover ice cream in first class, so I decided to try some. This ice cream's actually pretty bomb. Then I had some tea with milk and honey and decided to read for a little bit. I'm reading the Summer I Turned Pretty series, and honestly I feel like I'm a little too old for this book, and I don't even really know if I like it that much, but I gotta know who she picks, you know? Look at my view! I love like mountains, so I'm obsessed with my view right now. And the sun is starting to go down and all the colors, so pretty. I love it. You guys, it is cold in Vegas, or like cold for Vegas, I guess is what I should say, because it's not like cold, but it's only 60 degrees here, which is like nuts, because every time I've been to Vegas it's been so hot, like miserably hot, and it's 60. Apparently there was some like sandstorm yesterday that came through and it brought with it cool weather. The caterer was telling me about it when we got into Vegas, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty chilly for here. Like I did not expect that. I brought a bathing suit because I was like, we get in at 4, well it's really 5, but I was like, maybe I could lay out for an hour, get some sun, because our layover is short, so I'm not going to be like going out and actually doing anything. But yeah, we're not laying out in no 60-degree weather. That's kind of crazy. But a couple of things happened today. So I was working up front, lead flight attendant. So we do the whole full like meal service, which is just a lot with 20 people and doing it by yourself. Like the flight attendant 3 is that like could come and help the one if the one wants it, but I usually just do it all by myself because when 2 people are up there, you know, you guys have different ideas of how you should be doing the service, and I just prefer to do it all like one way. So it's just easier if I do it by myself, but it takes a long time and it's like just so exhausting. But I am finally like cleaning up the meal service, and I go to take this guy's tray, and as I'm like taking his tray, his iPad starts to fall off of the tray table. And when something falls, your first reaction is to just like reach for it and try to stop it from falling. So when I did that, he had his red wine on the tray that I was like taking, because he was done with it. And so as I go to reach for the like iPad, I think he also went to go reach for it, and so the tray kind of dumped and the red wine went everywhere. And I've never before in my life ever spilt like drinks or food or whatever on people in first class. I've never done that before, so I was like mortified for the next couple minutes because I was like, oh my god, I am so sorry. And it was red wine of all things to spill. Luckily it only got on like his shoes, and like most of it got on me. It like went down my whole arm. I'm wearing the short sleeve shirt, and so just like one little area got a little bit of red on it, and it's like really not, I mean, it was crazy how it literally didn't get on any of my white parts of my shirt, and he had on a white shirt and there was none on his shirt. Like, I don't know how it worked out that way, but that probably made it better for me because he probably would have been really upset if it got all over his white shirt. But yeah, so that happened. We love that for me. And then we go to take the van, and the van driver recognized me from YouTube. And I'm like still not used to people recognizing me when I'm out, because I don't know, I just kind of forget that like that can happen. And so I'm still trying to learn like how to react to those. Like I'm usually just kind of like shocked, like, what? Oh my gosh, you like know who I am. But I mean, it's so fun to meet people that watch the channel and like hear what they have to say about it. I love like to interact with you guys, but it still throws me off when someone is like, hey, I know you from YouTube, and I'm like, oh really? So that was fun, getting to meet him, and he was a sweetheart, our van driver. But it was just funny because I was like, I get on and he was like, what's your name? And I was like, oh, Hannah. And he's like, yeah, you YouTube. And I was like, oh yeah. And my flight crew was like, what? Because I usually don't like throw it out there unless I'm like filming with them in it, or if we go out and do something, I'm like, hey, if you see me filming, I put our like trips up on YouTube. So I don't ever just like mention that to crew members unless they like recognize me, which my last trip, one of my crew members, her grandmother watches the channel, so she like met me at the gate and was like, hey, my grandma watches you. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm still getting used to like being recognized, because that's still just kind of like a weird concept to me, but it's a lot of fun getting to interact with you guys like face to face, because I prefer face-to-face conversation over any other type of conversation. So if you do see me out, come say hey, because I'd love to get to meet you guys in person. But it is still just like kind of weird and like a shock factor when it happens. But yeah, so we have a short layover tonight, so I probably won't be going out and doing anything, but it's 12 hours, so I still have a couple hours until I'll need to wind down and get in the bed. So I think I'm gonna go to the gym, because I literally have not worked out in over a week, because usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays I have a group that meets at home, and this past week nobody was able to meet on Tuesday and Thursday, so I'm so bad about working out at home when I'm by myself. I do it on layovers because I'm like right next to a gym, so you know, it's easy. But when I'm home, I'm like, don't do it. So I'll probably go to the gym tonight. Our layover tomorrow is also kind of short, so I might work out again tomorrow. And then the third day, our layover's like kind of decent. It's like a medium, not long, but it's not short either. So I may see if anybody wants to hang out on that night, or I may go out and do something on my own if people don't want to. But yeah, let's change out of this uniform, go blow off some steam at the gym, and then we'll probably wind down for the night. By the way, this is the fit today. We're wearing the pants with black socks. I did not want to wear heels this trip because yesterday after the game, my brother was like, yeah, my car is like a 10-minute walk. And it was not a 10-minute walk. It was like a 45-minute walk to get to his car after the game. And I was in these black booties with like this big of a heel walking like 2 miles. And this morning I was like, yep, I'm not wearing heels this trip. So we are going to wear the pants. So that was that. So I brought 3 different shirts. So this is basically what I'm gonna be wearing like the entirety of the trip with the black socks. But yeah, let's change out of this and go to the gym. If you watch my channel pretty regularly, you know that I usually do a little workout in my room and then just come to the gym to use the treadmill. But this gym actually had a pretty decent amount of stuff for like weight type workouts. But anyways, let's get this run on. Workout is complete. It is 7:50. Our van tomorrow is at 5 a.m., which means I'll be getting up at 4 a.m. So I'm gonna hop in the shower really quick, do my devotion when I get out of the shower, and then call it a night. So that is all for day 1. We still have 3 more to go. Ay. But I will see you guys tomorrow for day number 2. It's 4:15 in the morning. I did not want to get up when my alarm went off, but here we are. I am going to eat one of my buttered rum muffins while I do my makeup in bed. And then we'll just throw our uniform on really quick, repack up the suitcase, and head down to catch the van. The mountain with the waters and the sunrise just always takes my breath away. I love looking out a plane window, especially when the view looks like this. I have never been more ready to get to a hotel than I am today. I am just like mentally exhausted. Today was a lot. Like our first flight was fun. Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. We loved it. It was great. But any flight out of Vegas in the morning is gonna be so chill because it's Vegas and people don't do mornings in Vegas. But our flight to New York, it was never good, never good. So for starters, boarding was the most hectic thing. And I don't even understand why it was so hectic. Like, we boarded on time, everything was good, and then all of a sudden, nobody had anywhere to put their bags. And so we're trying to like rearrange bags and get all these bags situated. Also, catering didn't show up, but instead of coming around to the front, they waited until the end and tried to come from the back. So we had to wait for everybody to get on and sit down before they could even cater the plane, which makes absolutely no sense at all. But apparently that's how they do things in Phoenix, so it was like ridiculous. And so we ended up leaving like 10 minutes late, which whatever, it's fine because we had a tailwind, so we were still gonna make up the time and get everybody in on time. Then the entire flight was bumpy, like turbulent, the entire flight. We had to sit the first hour because it was moderate turbulence. We couldn't even like do any kind of service. Then we finally get the okay to like kind of get up, but it's like intermittent bumps here and there. So the captain was like, moderate turbulence procedures, basically the whole flight. So when that happens, we can't. So flight attendant, our number 1 priority is your safety, our safety. Like, that's our job. That's why we're there. Yes, we do other things, but that is our main concern. It's also the pilot's main concern. So, you know, the whole time they're communicating with people to try and figure out how the ride's gonna be for us so that they can be proactive if for any reason we have to like sit down or whatever. And so since it was so turbulent the whole flight, like it kind of varied from light turbulence to moderate to light to moderate. It would be smooth for like 5 minutes and it would come back up. So it was just kind of all over the place. So he told us, you know, moderate turbulence procedures, which we're supposed to suspend the service. So for our friends my flight attendants in the main cabin, you know, they brought their service card out, started doing the service, and then had to put it away because of moderate turbulence. And then by the time they were able to bring it back, we were still going under light turbulence procedures, which means we can't have any hot beverages on the cart. And we had some people that were just not happy about that at all. And then I work up in the front, so I don't take a card out. And so it's kind of like my best judgment, because he would call and be like, okay, we should be good for the next few minutes. So then I could go run hot liquids out while we were still in that kind of okay period, because I'm not taking the cart out. But in main cabin, it's different because you have the cart and, you know, you're not supposed to do all that. So yeah, we had some people in main cabin that saw coffee and hot tea and stuff in first class, and they were not a fan of it, and they were trying to give us a hard time, and we were just like we have to follow procedure. But yeah, just remember that when you're flying. Like, flight attendants, pilots, our number one concern is your safety. And so, you know, if the captain tells us moderate turbulence procedures, whether it feels moderate or not, we have to follow like what he says, because everything comes down to safety, and turbulence is like not a joke. Like, I know people who have been seriously injured from turbulence. My flight instructor in training, he broke his hip because of turbulence, so it's not a joke. So when we're told to sit, we're not sitting because we're lazy, we're sitting because it's a safety concern for us and for you. So just wanted to throw that out there. But that flight was also just so long. Like, it was supposed to be a little over 4 hours, and it's kind of got bad weather here. Like, it's just overcast and rainy, so we had to kind of circle a little bit. So that flight just felt forever long. But we made it. I need a crew debrief because my brain is just like fried, and I need to like unwind and chill. So I think some of us are gonna go meet in the lobby and get a drink before we kind of like call it a night. But yeah, I'm like just like mentally exhausted right now, so I need a break. I need the crew debrief. Ay. Here was the fit for the crew outing, just a plain top and jeans. We stayed at the TWA Hotel, which is just the old TWA terminal at JFK Airport that they ended up turning into a hotel. They've got some fun little old-timey type things in the lobby, like these boards that change the letters and all of a sudden spell something. The whole crew ended up coming out, which was a nice surprise. I didn't expect all 6 of us to be out there. My other flight attendants had never been in the Connie airplane, which is just the old Lockheed Constellation airplane, and you can go in and get a drink. They've turned it into a bar, and it's just a lot of fun to go see. This is my 3rd time going into this airplane, but it's still a lot of fun, especially when you're with people who have never been in it before. After we had our drinks in there, we went up to the top floor and saw the old TWA uniforms. Some of them are honestly cuter than the ones we wear now. That was great. That was just what I needed. And the whole crew showed up, which was like awesome. I was not expecting that. I thought it was gonna be like me and maybe 1 or 2 other flight attendants and the pilots going out. So we love that everybody was there. Like, when that happens, I feel like it just sets the tone for the trip, and everybody's kind of on the same page at that point, and it just makes the trip so much better, which is great because this is only day 2 of 4. So we still have a lot of flying like left to do. We are losing the pilots that we have tonight. They're taking us to Charlotte in the morning, but they're not staying with us to go to Rochester, New York. So we will get a new flight crew, but at least like the flight attendants are all kind of like bonded now, which is fun, and we love that. But it is almost 9 o'clock. So we don't have a van because this hotel we can actually walk to the airport. So we're gonna be meeting at 5 in the morning to walk for our 6:30 departure. So at this point, I would get 7 hours of sleep if I went to bed right now, which is not gonna happen because I have a bagel that I'm gonna eat for dinner because I this hotel, I've mentioned it before because I've been to this hotel before, but it's like super expensive because you're kind of paying for the experience and not like, I don't know, not like the hotel, you're just paying for like the experience of being here, I guess. So all the restaurants and stuff, you're gonna be paying like 17, 18 plus dollars, you know, depending on what you're getting food wise. And I didn't want to spend that money when I have food of my own, but I also didn't want to go heat up my food in the microwave because it's kind of a hassle to get to the microwave. So that's why we're eating a bagel. But I'm gonna eat this really quick, wash my face, and then do my devotion, go to bed, call it a night. So I will see you guys in the morning for day number 3. We are only halfway done. Hopefully today was the most chaotic day and the rest of this trip goes smoothly. The clouds almost look like the ocean right now. Like they're just a flat blanket of clouds. It looks so crazy and so cool at the same time. After our first leg, I decided to go into the crew room in Charlotte and take a nap in the sleeping room because I did not get any sleep the night before and we had a 2.5 hour sit, so it just seemed right. And then after that, I heated up some potato soup. I'm so happy that it is fall and soup weather because I love soup. Okay, not a bad view. The nice little city, and you can see the leaves are starting to change colors. So pretty. Love it. So I think we're gonna meet in a little bit to go get some dinner, like an early dinner, because we have a really early van time tomorrow. Our van time's at 4:40 in the morning, so my alarm will be going off at 3:40 in the morning. It got earlier like every single day. So, but tomorrow's go home day. We can get through one more day of flying. Today was a lot better than yesterday. And I don't know, maybe I was so like discombobulated yesterday because I didn't have coffee all day yesterday, which is like, what? I don't think I haven't had coffee in like months. So that was probably like part of the issues yesterday. But we're just gonna relax for the next like hour until we go meet the crew for dinner and probably just like read and relax. And then when I get back from dinner, I'll probably work out and then get some sleep. But only one more day, guys, one more day. We ended up going to Dinosaur Barbecue, which I had been to before in Syracuse. For the north, I guess the barbecue's okay, but I'm from the south, so you just can't even compare. I ended up getting a chicken sandwich. I didn't even get barbecue. But we took a nice little walk back to the hotel. The weather was perfect that day, and I was obsessed with the trees. They were so gorgeous, like bright orange and yellow. Amazing. When we got to the hotel, they had these little decorated pumpkins all set out on a table. I guess they were having some kind of contest with the hotel staff, and you could vote for whichever one was your favorite. It was so festive for Halloween. It was cute. So I am not the type of flight attendant that slam clicks, which just means that you get to the hotel, you close your door, and you're in your room the entire time. Like, that's not ever usually me, but I mean, I went to dinner tonight, so technically I didn't really slam click, but like I kind of did because I literally just went to dinner and then came back here and I'm not planning on leaving the room again tonight. I thought about going to the gym, but I'm still really sore from the workout I did the first night we were here. I don't know what made me so sore, but my legs, like anytime I've been to like arm and disarm the girt bar on the 737 that we're working on this trip, like my legs feel like they're ripping, like my muscles are like, please stop doing squats. So yeah, I'm not gonna go to the gym. And the more I thought about it too, I was like, by the time I go to the gym, get back, shower, do all of that, like it'll already be really close, if not past the 8 hours. And I feel like I need to get 8 hours of sleep tonight because I did not sleep good last night. I think I already mentioned that, but yeah, so I can't do that 2 nights in a row because tomorrow's a long day. We do 3 legs, and yeah, I need to be rested for that. So I'm sure I'll be back in Rochester, New York at some point in my flight attendant career, and then I will go and do a fun adventure here, but it is just not in the cards for tonight. It's not gonna happen. So it is 5:20 right now. I'm gonna read for a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna probably try to get in the bed and be like down for the count by like 6:30. So yeah, I was not expecting to not do anything on this layover tonight, but I'm just so exhausted, like I kind of need to. So that is all for day 3. I'll see you guys tomorrow really early in the morning for day 4, go home day. So I'm gonna put you guys on these because these are so good. We have them in our morning snack basket, so if you ever see them, take them and try them because they're amazing. Day 4, go home day is done. I did a terrible job of updating you guys today. I didn't even update you at all today. It was fine for the most part. When we landed in Charlotte this morning, both of our wheels on the plane were flat, so they had to replace those, obviously. And when I tell you our hearts sank when he was like, the wheels are flat, we're gonna have to replace them, we were like, no, not on day 4, not on go home day. But luckily, since we were in Charlotte, it was able to get taken care of really quickly. If that would have happened in Rochester or Nashville, which is where we did our turn, then it would have been a different story. But those luckily don't take too long to fix if you're in a base that has maintenance and has all the right equipment. As long as all the bolts and stuff come off like how they're supposed to, they go really quickly. So it didn't really affect our day too much. Our flight to Nashville was just a little bit delayed, like maybe 5 minutes, and then coming back to Charlotte, you know, we were able to make up the time, so we still got in on time, so it was fine. But for a minute we thought like it was gonna delay us for a little while, so we're so thankful that it did not, especially our pilots, because they were trying to connect to go, both of them commuted from Charlotte, so they were both trying to catch like really tight connecting flights, because otherwise they would have had to sit in the airport all day. And I know that commuter life, like it used to suck when you would get back from a trip and have just missed like the flight and then have to sit for 3 hours waiting on the next one. So I think they were able to make it. Hopefully they were able to make it on their flights. But that was a long 4 days, guys. I know I keep saying this over and over, but I have not worked a 4-day where we fly every single leg in a long time. And the weird thing is, or like not even the weird thing, but just the crazy thing to think about is when I was Philly based, I used to do 4 days more because I was like, I might as well fly in only like a couple of times a month, do like a couple 4 days so that I don't have to, you know, commute as much, that kind of thing. And I'm like, how did I do that? Because I was done yesterday. Like when we got to the hotel, I was like, I am exhausted. And then today I just was so tired all day, and 3 legs on the last day is horrible. That's brutal. But we've got a day off. At least we got in early. It's only 1:30 in the afternoon, so I'll get home and still have the evening to like kind of get stuff together. But I only have 1 day off, and then I'm supposed to start a 3-day. So yeah, it's one of those with a 30-hour layover, so it won't be too demanding, I don't think, hopefully. But then after that I only have a day off, and then I start another 3 days. So I just have a lot of flying coming up, and I'm kind of like, why did I do this to myself? But I've got to make that money, I guess. Anyways, that is all for this video, I think. Thank you guys for watching. As always, any questions, comments, whatever, put them down into the comment section below. The Q&A is coming. I promise I'm going to be filming that really soon. I'll probably honestly film it on my next layover when I have the 30 hours. I'll probably kill a little bit of time and film that during my layover. But yeah, that's coming soon. So if you asked your questions, I promise I'm going to answer them soon. But yeah, that is all. Thanks again for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.